Okay guys, got this hog laying right down here below you. Got some light on me, but I just wanted to tell you a little bit of what happened. I was sitting on my typical hunting spot. I remembered after 3 times of those hogs coming by, and I heard them, and I remembered a couple of the guys that I had hung out with in the past had told me that you don't want to hunt your main spot because you don't want to blow up that spot. You want to get them on the way to that spot if you can. So I'll tell you the story real quick. So I got down from the hunting spot and I was gonna go to the other one. And then I remembered along the way, you're not supposed to just sit on your hunting spot. You wanna catch them on the way to it. So basically, they were crossing the path as I was coming down it. A couple of them heard me, it ran, another one ran by, so I lifted my rifle and shot the next one coming down the path, which was this guy. This is the stuff you don't want. And I got 2 of his shoulders off, that one and that one, and working on it. I don't like doing this on the ground because of bacteria and junk and bugs and stuff, but I didn't have my gambrel system ready. Here's one of them. Here's the other. I'm gonna get the other 2 shoulders and maybe the tenderloins. I'm gonna keep it going. I don't want to cheat you guys on the experience. Cleaned 1 deer. And when I did that one, I just watched a YouTube video on how to clean a deer. And I didn't go to the butcher, didn't take it to a shop, because I don't want to spend $180 for somebody else's meat. Because what happens is they just get them, they process them, and after they've weighed them, they know how much meat to give you. Basically what I'm doing on this hog foot is I'm just trying to cut the ligaments from this joint right here, because I don't need the hoof. I want that leg, that hip, shoulder, whatever you want to call it, the hind quarters. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to break that socket loose, cut every tendon I can without cutting myself. All right, so I'm gonna try to tell you the story of the hog, what happened and how I got it versus how I've not been getting it. Okay, there's several kinds of hunts. There's sitting, there's walking, there's standing. And so I would say that's a sitting hunt. I may have my jargon wrong, but basically I'm using a blind sitting hunt, and I'm just hanging out. But there we go, there's a foot off of this thing, and hide gets everywhere too, by the way. So anyway, they never seem to come there when I'm there, so I think what's happening is they just see me or smell me. I'm pretty stinky. I'm wearing white and blue. Actually, I was in camo. Some people don't care about camo, some people do. I'm too new to know the difference, so I figure I'll go ahead and do it. I'm in my stand. I hear them come up to me 3 times and leave. So I'm like, okay, they know I'm here. My trail camera went off, and I realized they're in one of the other feeding stations. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I can wait here for them to make their way back, or I can go to them. So I decided to go ahead and go to them. And while I'm doing that, I remember that some of those hunters that I've been listening to, they tell me, don't always just hunt on your station. You want to get them on the way to your station, not just at the station. So then that's when I remember, okay, maybe I'll see them along the way. And so on my walking hunt, I'm walking and I'm trying to be as quiet as I can, but I'm also just making progress on the route. So I'm walking down my four-wheeler path, and actually they see me before I see them. All the herd of them, like the 10 or whatever's out here, they see me. And so a couple of them, the big one, starts kind of growling and grunting at me. And he's not running through the woods. He's just trying to figure out what to do with me. And so I'm thinking I'm actually going to have to kill this just for my own safety because of the way he's acting. Anyway, which was my goal. And so I start kind of stalking him, and I'm behind some trees. I'm staying silent. He can't hear me. I know he can't hear me. But he's trying to see me through the bushes just like I'm trying to see him. And he's growling and grunting, trying to scare me off. He's just giving away his position the whole time. But now he's in defense mode, trying to figure out if he's going to charge me or not. So right about that time, a couple more from the other feeder spot come up, and they realize something's going down, and they run across the path in front of me. It's kind of like there was a patrol walking by, and I was in a position to ambush them. Is basically what happened. Here's the left rear hind quarter. Put it on the ice. The big one's over here in the bushes. He's grunting and growling, getting ready to charge me. And two little ones come running by, and the big one's walking by, and I can see out of my periphery through the bushes two more are coming. So I decide to forget him for a minute. I am a little concerned that he's gonna charge me, but I go ahead and just forget him for a second. And I aim down the path and I wait for these guys, and I see them coming, and I line in on it. And as they're coming across the path, one looks up to smell, and I just pop pretty quick, and it was done. So, and you just pull the white back away from the red is really all you're doing. You pull it and you slice it. That's pretty much it. I'm just sharing my rough experience with you because I told you I would. But the people that really know how to do this, well, they tell me that they went and worked basically at a processing place for a winter, and they had to do it all day long every day, and they got really stinking good at it. So if that's your aim, you can get you a winter job, processing plant, for someone who actually lets you do it. That is, you know how the good old boys are. Nobody wants to hook you up and let you in their industry. You gotta do it yourself. How many times have I been told, do it yourself? That's fine. I don't mind doing it myself. I like doing it myself. But when you don't know anything and you're just trying to guess, you're gonna make mistakes that you know people can tell you and help you with. It's just seems like people are gonna tell you how to do things, but they don't. So I'm not gonna whine about it. Sometimes it bugs me. People who want to do something like myself are forced to just figure it out. You do it yourself. I know how. I could tell you how. And I say I love you and you're my friend, but you figure it out. It's not, you know, the old saying, teach a man, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. I think that's what they're trying to do. But if that were the case, they'd teach me to fish. What they're actually doing is, the old saying should be changed to, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man a fish, he'll be your competitor. So don't teach a man to fish. That's the world's version of it, I guess. It's certainly not the brotherly version. People like to say, well, you got to earn your stripes. Okay. All right. Well, if I earn my stripes, I am your competitor. When you had the opportunity to help. So I like it when people say, here you go, man, this is what I did, this is what I learned. So hey guys, I hope you can learn what not to do from my experiences. I hate making mistakes that were unnecessary. I hate it. Beware of those guys who say they're here to help though. A lot of those guys are just there to eat the meat you killed. So anyway, I'm thinking that maybe they know every time I'm in that blind. It's not the best blind. I probably just need to upgrade it. Put some stuff up there to block the wind a little bit. Certainly the sound and sight. I know I've been up there and the deer haven't seen me, but hogs are a little smarter than deer. So these guys are going to teach me how to catch those deer. That's what's going to happen. They just don't know it. We're going to get them out of my land. I've been thinking about just getting a trap together. There's a couple guys that say they'll put traps out for me. And there are also people that'll buy live hogs. And of course you can give meat away to food shelters that'll take it. Sometimes they don't want it because everybody's been bringing them hogs. They're wondering where all the deer tenderloins are. Getting close to the damage I put on him. Right behind his ear. So when you shoot a hog, you want to hit him right behind the ear. That was an easy shot. We were only about, he was only about 30 yards, 40 yards away from me max. And had a rifle, I can hit things at a much longer place than that. And I had ammunition from Fort Scott Ammunition, which I like them. No one's asked me to say that. That's just who I like. All right. Oh my God. Another shoulder down. I'm not getting anything else, right? Except for perhaps these tenderloins. Yeah, they're worth it. They're about the size of a small catfish. They're right below the spine on a cow. This is what filet mignon is made out of, the tenderloin chopped up, so you can see how little that is. But I'm gonna keep it anyway. Why? I don't know. Maybe have it in some eggs or something. Thanks guys. I know that was a rough video, but I told you I'd share everything. So there you go.